In this YouTube video, I will share step by step what you need to do in order to become a profitable trader in 2025 and how you can reach a capital of $1 million by the half of next year. Hello everyone, my name is Andrew NFX, and for those who don't know me, I've been trading for over 7 years. I managed to reach the highest amount possible in prop firm capital with $6.7 million this year, and I also made over $1 million in verifiable payouts that you can actually go and verify on all these prop firms in the last 10 months. So I know I am very qualified to speak about this subject, and I want to share you guys my tips and tricks that you need to action on in order to become a profitable trader in 2025. And why 2025? Well, because at the time of recording this, it is the 4th of December, so it's the last month of the year. If you haven't been able to become profitable so far, you're not gonna do it in the last month because you're gonna try to rush the process. The holidays are coming, and to be honest, you're actually gonna ruin your holidays by taking some losses, some stupid losses. Trust me, I've been there. So let's get into it. First thing that I want to talk about is having the correct expectations. And what do I mean by that? Is having very low expectations when it comes to trading. Most people, whatever they try to do, start a business or go eat somewhere, or they go into training, they have the highest possible expectations. So they start making all these numbers in their head. Oh, I'm gonna make 10k a month, I'm gonna make 15% of my trading account, I'm gonna go ahead and flip my $200 that I saved up into 5k and then 15k or then, oh my god, 50k or 100k, and then I'll do $1 million because that's what they saw on social media. So it's all about having the right mindset when it comes in trading. And if you're just a beginner trader, or if you've been trading for a while but haven't found really good success in the markets, then it's time for you to reevaluate and set your correct expectation. And the correct expectations need to be low. Why low? Because let's say you say I want to make 1% every single month. If you think about it, at first it may not seem like a lot, right? Because 1% of $1,000, that's $100. That's not enough, but that's just setting the low expectations, because that way, if you make 2% every single month, you're gonna be very happy with yourself. You're gonna be way more motivated to continue learning and developing your trading skill, and overall it's gonna help you a lot more. Because if you set targets, you say, oh, if I don't make 5% a month, then I'm not a good trader. That's my goal. If I don't hit that, then I'm going to be upset. It's going to be very hard to hit 5% month after month after month. You may be lucky one month and hit that 5%, but then you're going to get disappointed because you cannot do it again. But setting low expectations, 1%, 2%, and then just overreaching that's just going to motivate you more and more, and it's going to make you feel very good about yourself. And to be honest, I made $1 million in prop firm payouts just by doing 2 to 3% every single month. So I did the same thing. I set very low expectations and I tried to hit that every single month and be consistent with it. And I know that I speak from experience because back when I started, I discovered FTMO. That was the first prop firm. Now everyone knows FTMO, and I started to pull up my calculator and I was like, all right, if I have a $100,000 fund account and I make 10% every single month, 80% of that is going to be $8,000. $8,000 every single month from trading? Sign me up, right? I want to do that. It's very easy. Anyone can do it. And obviously reality hits you after and just demotivates you, makes you feel bad about yourself, and overall it's not gonna end up taking you anywhere. So first thing, you need to have the right mindset and expectations if you want to start trading and become a profitable trader in 2025. Now, second thing that I recommend is removing social media. If you look now on social media, you're gonna see some crazy stuff, man. You're gonna see this guy flipping $500 to $1 million in 1 month. You're gonna see the other guy making 150k every single day from trading. All this fake crazy craziness. That's what it is, craziness. And people believe that, and even if now people start to not believe it that much, there are still beginners that just discover trading that they see that, and that ends up setting high expectations and just failing a trade, right? Just because of that. And that's why I strongly recommend that you remove social media. And I'll tell you guys a little story about when I first started. So when I first started, same as everyone, I found it on social media. I saw these guys, they doing money from their phone. I just wanted to be a part of it, and just by watching them, I'll give you an example. I was trading pound USD, right? And I saw this guy on Instagram. He was like, he made 25k on a sell on GU, and I was trading the same exact thing that he was, but that trade didn't show up. I was in buys. So that kept happening more and more times, and that guy was winning and I was losing, even if I was doing the exact same thing. And to be honest, I was smarter than them. I could think a lot more outside the box. I was still losing. And that's when I realized that all that stuff is fake. He's not actually making money from trading. He just shows that to sell a course. And that's when I realized I need to escape social media and I need to focus on my trading. I need to focus on my process, on my journey. That's what I really recommend you guys start to do if you want to be successful. Next thing is doing the hard work, going to the trenches and just spending time on the charts. That's all you need to do. You need to be 24/7 on the charts. Choose your trading pairs, find whatever you like best and spend time on the charts. Those 6 months you need to be daily, a lot of hours on the charts. You need to do everything that's possible to know every single candle and what's happening. That's how I became successful. I was spending 20 hours a day, 18 hours a day just watching the markets like crazy. The pairs that I was trading, just watching candle after candle, that's all I was thinking about. That's everything I knew every single day, just the charts, candles. That's it. I knew where price was at any time during the day. I was trading Asia, London, New York. I was watching all of them. Just watching the charts, understanding how they move, recognizing patterns, seeing when price is moving, when, how, exactly everything that I needed to know in order to understand the trading pair and to master it. And I know, a lot of people say, I say that now, that you don't need to spend that much time on the charts, but that only applies if you're already profitable. Nowadays, I only spend an hour or 2 hours just on the charts, actually watching them. Even less, to be honest. I don't really watch the charts anymore, because once I go on the charts, having all those years of watching charts daily, I just have the necessary experience to just watch the charts for a bit, and I'm gonna know what's gonna happen. So then I just need to execute based on my trading plan and risk management. And that comes the next point, which is creating and developing a trading plan. You need a trading plan to be successful trading. That makes sense, right? You cannot just go every single day and try different strategy, different types of trading. And trust me, I tried that also. I was trying to scalp trade or use trend lines or use indicators, and you just bounce around, never finding that actual edge that you need to have. And that edge is gonna come from spending time on the charts, identifying patterns, identifying what makes the price move, noting them down in your trading journal, and building a trading plan based on that. Nobody can do it. Nobody can give you a trading plan. You need to develop it yourself. That way, it's the only way you're gonna be profitable in the long run. That's the only way you're gonna be consistent with trading, by developing your own profitable trading plan. And with that trading plan, you need to have confluences. So identify what confluences you need every single trade. Identify which one, gives a higher edge to your probability that the trade is gonna play out. Just note everything and try to build a trading plan based on confluences, based on the time you need to trade, based on the type of entry, based on the higher time frames, all that stuff. And then what you need to do is do the same thing with your risk management plan. Find whatever works best for you in terms of risk management, how much you risk per trade, where's gonna be your stop loss, where's gonna be your take profit, what risk is gonna be your take profit, when are you going break even in the trade, when are you exiting the trade early. All that stuff matters, because that's like executing a trade. Anyone can do that. Even a baby can do that. Even a baby can press buy and sell, right? But what matters most is the risk management that comes with that position, because that's what's gonna make you successful and profitable in the long run. So I'll give you an example from my risk management plan. I have it very simple. I don't overcomplicate stuff. I risk between 0.5% and 1% based on the probability of the trade. 1 to 1, I go break even and close the trade if I don't see it continuing. 1 to 2 is my final take profit. And with that, I made $1 million in 1 year just by having very simple risk management. You don't need to overcomplicate it, and it just comes back to the first point, where you don't need to do those high expectations that, if I only risk 1% and I go for 1 to 1, I'm never gonna make 10% a month. You don't need to do that. You need to make between 1 and 3% every single month. And if you do that, capital will come at you and you will end up making a lot of money from trading. After you have a trading plan and a risk management plan, there comes the backtest. So you're spending hours on the charts, watching the live markets, but you need to also backtest, because it's gonna take you time to develop this trading plan, this risk management plan. And once you see it come to life, you need to take that and backtest on the trading pair that you trade. And nowadays there's tons of tools where you have replay, FX replay, or all that stuff, where you just simulate, backtest, and just do that. That's just very good practice. When the market is closed, do that. Right? Back when I started, there weren't any good backtesting tools. I was just doing TradingView, and that's not really an honest way to go about it, because you end up, oh, but I would have entered like this, I would have put my stop loss here, and you just end up fooling yourself and not really testing your actual strategy. So go use a backtest software and really test your risk management and trading plan for as long as you can. That combined with the live testing on the actual markets, because that's gonna build you the experience you need. Once you have that, you're solid, you back tested a lot of sessions, you start making profits. That's when it's time to actually start with actual trading. So what I recommend is you need to start small. Don't go throw your life savings into a trading account thinking that you're gonna make it, or don't throw all your money away on challenges without actually experiencing. Because once you have all the technical stuff, then there's the other part of trading, which is psychology, right? Emotions. And I'll probably make a separate video on that, because there's a lot to talk about. Psychology, you need to learn that. Nobody's gonna teach it to you. And the way to do that is to actually start small. Start with money that you can afford to lose, because if you lose them, it's not gonna really affect your life, but it's gonna train your emotion. And the emotions are the same when you're trading $100 and $100,000. Maybe there's a small difference that you get used to, but it's the same emotions, the same fear of missing out. It's the same exact emotions, it's just on a bigger scale. So if you get used to the emotions on the lower scale, it's gonna be easier to adapt once you grow your capital. So my suggestions are either, I don't really recommend trading a demo account because there's no emotions in that. I'd say put some small money into a live account that you can afford to lose and trade that using the proper risk management. The goal here is not to make money first. The goal at first is to train your emotions and really train your trading plan, so you can be profitable once you start making money. Right? So you just need to train for those real life, experiences that you're gonna have when you're trading. So start small, either with a live deposit on a broker or buy a small fund account and try to pass that. You don't have time limits nowadays with most challenges, so try to pass that and then make 10%, 5%, but obviously you're not gonna reach 1% on the funded because you're never gonna pass it. Maybe you go 2%, 3%, and you try to make that 1 to 2% every single month, and I guarantee you by the end of those 6 months you're gonna have one fund account. And yeah, after you do that, after you see some success, after you start making some money, you get used to the emotions, maybe you get that first fund account, start to secure some payouts. You can watch some of my older videos where I talk about how I approach fund accounts. You just start to reinvest those money, because trading a 10k fund account is not going to change your life. It's not going to make you a millionaire. What's going to make you a millionaire is scaling your capital and just growing and compounding your profits. So reinvest everything that you make from your payouts or from your live account to grow your capital even more. And I'm just going to give you the example of fund accounts, because that's what I use to make money. You make, let's say you get a 10k fund account, you're going to make 2%, 3%. It's going to be like $240 right in your pocket. You use that to purchase more accounts, pass them, and keep growing, because those profits are gonna compound. Maybe first month you're gonna make 2% on a 10k account, maybe next month you're gonna have 40k in capital, you're gonna make 2% of that, then you're gonna have 80k in capital, you're gonna make 2% on that. It starts to really grow and compound, and then you jump from 100k to 200k, from 200k to 300k, 300k, 500k, and then to 1 million. And I guarantee if you follow this step by step, you're gonna end up managing $1 million in profit from capital by half of the year, or maybe let's say Q3. If you really put the work in, it depends on everyone. Everyone's journey is different. Everyone takes different times to get used to the emotions and really develop their trading plan. And that's what I did. That's exactly the blueprint that I followed. It took me a lot of years, but I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have someone that's putting content like this, talking about their experience. And that's exactly how I managed to go from trading 400k in capital last year to growing to $1 million, 2 million, 4 million, 6 million, 6.7 million, and making all that money just from prop firms. Right? So imagine what I'm gonna do trading the live account that I'm trading, the live capital that I'm trading right now, slowly growing it, adding more and more to it, finding investors, and really growing my capital. So that's it. That's a step-by-step plan you need to follow, and you need to start, imagining how you're gonna do that, because you have 1 month left before the new year starts. You're gonna have, probably when this video comes out, 2 to 3 weeks. You need to start thinking seriously if you want to become a trader or not, because if you don't want to become a trader, then you need to, you just wasted 15 minutes of your life watching this video. Trading is not for you. But if you think this is valuable and you're gonna take action in it, I wish you good luck. comment down below if you're actually willing to do this. And thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and I see you in the next one.